on our backs. As you land, you might choose constructive rest, which feet wide, knees together, opening the low back. You might place hands on body or arms beside the body with palms facing up, opening the chest. Beginning to breathe in and out through the nose if you haven't yet begun that breath pattern. Feeling the ribs expand with every inhale, feeling the breath three-dimensionally. Sides, front, back, top, bottom. Feel the weight of the body against the earth. You showed up on your mat this morning or evening or anywhere in between, wherever you are in the world. But you showed up for some reason. Just take this moment right here, right now to get specific about what that reason is. Might have to do with strengthening the body, the mind, the connection between the two. The yoga or union. You might be working towards some specific goal. Alignment, presence, gratitude. Begin to bring the knees towards the chest. Give yourself a hug. Welcome yourself into your body. Good morning, good evening. How do you do? A little rock side to side. Hands on knees. Draw circles with the knees. Pressing them away from you, pulling them towards you. Massaging the low back on the earth. Move the opposite way. And keep the right knee in. Left foot can plant on the floor with the knee pointed to the sky. Or you might extend the left leg long in front of you. If the left leg extends long, engage the leg and flex the foot as we roll the right ankle. Being intentional with the movement, clockwise, counterclockwise. Being intentional with the alignment of the hips, side to side, even from the front of the mat. And then open the hip to the right. Open the knee out to the right, like you're swinging a gate open. And notice if the left hip has rolled up towards the ceiling, and if it has, press it back towards the earth. It might mean not going quite as far with the right leg. In our practice, we notice when perhaps we're fudging the numbers. Oh, I could get my foot behind my head. But what are we compromising? It's not about getting at any specific place. It's about being honest and true with our bodies. Bring the knee through center, interlace fingers behind hamstring and draw the heel towards the sky. Pressing the Hamstring into the hands gently resisting back. So we're getting that resistance between the two as the outer right hip rolls forward. If the left leg is extended, make sure that it's engaged. You can press the heel to the earth to strengthen the hamstring of the left leg here. Point the toes of the right foot. Flex the foot. Hug both knees in. Keep the left knee hugged in, right foot on the floor. Maybe the right leg extends long as we roll the left ankle. Being specific with the movement. Moving in both directions. Noticing the hips, side to side. Open the hip out to the side. Breathe into the belly. Notice where I might be holding unnecessary tension. Can you soften that place? Knee back through center, hands behind hamstring, heel to sky. Outer hip rolls forward. If the right leg is extended, it's engaged with the heel pressing to the earth. Collarbone is wide, shoulder blades on the earth. Keep reaching up through the heel as you resist hamstring and hands. Now everyone have their right leg extended long. You can release the hands from the left leg. Press the low back to the earth. Keep reaching up through the left heel. Hands can be on the earth, palms face down, but roll the shoulders open. Belly to spine, lift head and heart up towards the sky. So instead of lifting them, curling through the cervical spine forward, keep the length there. Roll the collarbones open. You can press into the forearms for support. And then float the right leg. Maybe the right foot stays on the floor. That's okay. We're working our core here. We're going to lower the left leg and lift the right so they pass in the middle. Breathe here. Lift heart. Long spine. Heart shining open towards the sky. And switch. More fluid with this movement. Switch. You can interlace hands behind head. I find that really supports my neck. Keep switching side to side. Moving slowly, but allowing there to be some flow. No stagnation. And we'll land with the right leg lifted. Lower down, hug the knees in. Stack hips over knees, or knees over hips, pardon me. Lift head and heart up towards the sky. Flex the feet. We're going to extend the left leg and bend the right knee as we bring the left elbow towards the knee, little bicycles. Come back through center, knees stack. Switch side, left to right, back through center, right to left, back through center. Keep going. Try not to crank the neck. You're more turning the chest than needing the elbow to make contact with the knee. Mine's not making contact. Whew. This is waking up back core. One more each side. Left and right. Lower down. Whew. Roll over onto your belly. Come into Sphinx pose. Elbows under shoulders. Forearms root to the earth. Imagine you could scrub them back as you press the pelvis to the floor. Stretch the front body. This should feel really nice after that core activity. Think of your shoulder blades coming together, the heart pressing forward, the spine long. And lower all the way to the earth. Walk the hands back beside the chest. Press tops of the feet, hug elbows together. Press pelvis, roll inner thighs to the sky. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Make sure not to crunch the back of the neck in cobra so we don't make any wrinkles in the back of our necks. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, cobra. Tuck the toes, press the hips back. Child's pose. Come back to that reason why am I here on my mat today. And come to hands and knees. If you're not facing the front of the mat, go ahead and face yourself forward. Roll the heart. Inhale. Exhale. Cat pose. Tuck chin to chest. Inhale draws the heart forward. Tips tailbone up. Exhale, round the spine. Keep the attention on the hands, pressing into thumb and index as you roll through cow and cat. Thumb and index pressing towards the earth as if you could pinch them down. And then out through every knuckle, from the base knuckles up through towards the fingertips. Then the fingertips press. Pause in tabletop. Inhale, sweep the right arm up towards the sky. Swim it forward. Twist the chest towards the earth. And then reach over towards the left with the right hand. Stretch the right side body. Making a little C curve with the ribs. Breathe into the right ribs. Come back through center. Right hand is reaching forward. Step the left leg back and lift it to the height of the hip. Belly to spine, front ribs to back body. Bend the left knee. Pulse the heel towards the sky. Notice the pressure in the left hand. Can you bring it to the inside edge of the hand? Can you have a soft bend in the elbow as it scoops? Keep pulsing the heel to the sky. One more inhale. Exhale, lower everything to the earth. Cow pose. And cat. Tabletop. Stretch the left arm up towards the sky. Reach through the fingertips. Swim it forward like you're shaking someone's hand. Chest square to the earth. Keep that scoop in the right elbow. Reach towards the left side of the mat, or the right side, pardon me, of the mat with the left fingertips. Make sure that left shoulder is away from the ear. Breathe into the left ribs. Come back through center. Extend the right leg. Zip belly to spine, frontal hip points and front ribs moving towards one another. Bend the right knee. Pulse the heel towards the sky. The right hip is still rolling towards the earth. One more breath in. Exhale, lower it down. Cow. Cat. Tabletop. Point the fingertips out towards the side. Start stretching the wrists here. So the inner edge of the wrists is pointing towards one another. You can shift side to side. You can make circles here. This might be plenty for you, so you may stay here. Or you could flip the fingertips to point towards the knees. The wrists stay under the shoulders. That's what those are. Flip the fingertips back, forward. Sit back on your heels. Interlace your fingers with the webbing close to each other. And then come back, hands to the earth. So the thumbs are pointing towards your knees. The pinkies are towards the front of the mat. And just move in here. Circles. Shift front to back. And then sit back. Give the hands a little shake, nothing too vigorous. And then back to hands and knees, but hands forward of the shoulders 3 inches because we're tucking our toes and coming into down dog. Press into thumb and index. Send the hips up and back. Have a soft bend in the knees. Keep the front body moving towards back body. Elbows scooping to midline. You can wiggle, you can shift, you can shimmy, you can shake. Find your way into your dog. It's the first dog. Take whatever movements feel useful until you find stillness. And then when you find stillness, close the eyes. Can you tune in to the sensation of where the body touches the earth? Can you hear the sound of your own breath? We're here to tune into ourselves, to create some space, some silence. Sweep the right leg up and back. Exhale, step the foot through to the hands. Walk it out to the side, lower the back knee, sweep the arms up and overhead. Drop the outer right hip, hug it in so the outer hips are nice and even. Interlace the fingers, press the heels of the hand towards the sky as you continue to try and hollow out the armpits. It's harder here to do that. Keep scooping the triceps in. Keep pulling front ribs to back body. Take the interlace, bend the elbows, take it to the base of the skull. Shoulders are wide. Head begins to tilt up. Little back bend here. Think of the heart lifting up to tip back. Think of the front heel pressing down to pull back. Dragging the left knee forward. Reach up, inhale. Exhale, twist towards the right. Reach with those fingertips. Feel the activity from the fingers to the forearms, through the upper arms to shoulders, all the way to the neck. That's how active our hands are here. Inhale. Exhale, left hand down, right arm up. We're stepping back to modified half plank. So look down at the front of the mat, belly to spine, and step the right foot back so the heel or inner arch lines up with the left. Shoulder over wrist. Take a look down at your alignment. Shoulder away from the ear. Elbow keeps scooping into the midline. Perhaps this is plenty. There's certainly a balance pose happening here. Gaze can be at the floor for better balance. Maybe you straighten the bottom leg as well. Stacking feet. Big toes touching, heels slightly apart. Outer right hip, that top hip, roll it forward slightly. There's a tendency for it to roll back. One more breath Look down at the earth. How gracefully can you lower into plank pose? Hips up and back, down dog. Left leg lifts, inhale. Step it through. Back knee lowers. Inhale. Sweep the arms up, low lunge. Front ribs hugging back body. Interlace the fingers. And then move one finger over so the opposite thumb is on top. And now flip the hands towards the sky, palms of the hands to the ceiling. Keep pressing the front heel to the earth. You can activate the hamstring there. Imagine dragging it back. Hands come to the base of the skull. Shoulder blades towards one another. Lift heart. Let the head lean back, be cradled by the hands. Keep rooting down into the front heel, dragging it towards the back of the mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist to the left. Reach actively through those arms. Are you with your breath? Inhale. Exhale, right hand down. Left arm up. So first, look down at the earth. Press into thumb and index on the right side. Soft bend, scoop it towards the midline so the shoulder rolls away from the ear. And then stepping, left leg back. Modified half plank. Fascisthasana. Keep the belly pulling up and in. If you're extending that right leg, go ahead now. The arms are stacked in one line. Left hip is rolling forward slightly. Heels are apart. Look down at the earth. Come into plank. Whew. Press the floor away. Pull the belly up and in. Come forward, peek over the edge of the mat. Knees can lower to the earth here. Lower halfway, all the way to the earth. Uncurl the toes, inhale, back bend. Exhale, tuck the toes, down dog. Step the right foot forward in between the hands, like right in the center of the mat. Step the left shin behind the right shin. The left foot lines up on the outer edge of the right foot. So the shins are crossed. The feet are pinky toe to pinky toe. You could have hands on blocks here. Head hangs. There's a slight bend to the right knee. You could interlace hands at the base of the skull. Elbows can fall towards one another. This takes balance, activity in our left leg. Release the hands. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold, undo the winding of the legs, so feet are side by side here, edges of the feet are parallel. Bend the knees deeply, so deeply that the sit bones come towards the heels as much as you can, and then press into the feet to come up towards standing. Draw the hands to heart center. Inhale, float the arms. Soft bend in the knees. Fold forward. Heart lifts, inhale. Sink the hips again. Sit bones towards earth. Press into the feet to come up to standing. Unfolding the legs, hands to heart center. Once more, inhale, float the arms, bend the knees, fold in. Sink the hips. Press into the feet. Unfold. Hands to heart. Float the arms. Dive forward. Let's take a vinyasa. Inhale, heart lifts. Plant the hands, step through plank. Chaturanga. Back bend. Down dog. Matching the breath. Right leg lifts. Step the foot between the hands. Swivel the back heel down. And you might have a block to the inside of the right foot, or you could take elbow to knee here. Back foot is on a slight angle. If you've got elbow on knee and you want to explore taking the hand lower, you could hold the right ankle or tent up onto fingertips. Left hand to left hip, chest twist to the left. Feel that right hip. Can you pull it back to lengthen through the side waist more? Can you press into the front heel, press into the back foot, and pull them towards one another? Maybe the top arm can float up towards the sky. So much core activity here to support this pose, so there's not a ton of weight on that right arm or hand. Parshvottanasana. No, Parshvokonasana. Gotcha. Extended side angle pose. Keep the activity of the feet pulling towards one another for our hamstring strengthening. Look down at your front foot. Arrive. Warrior two. Let's straighten the front leg for a moment. Drop the arms. This is a long hold, so give ourselves a little break. And then we'll bend into that front knee. As you bend into it, track it right over second and third toe. Extend the arms. Strong back leg. And now imagine pulling the feet towards one another. Flip the front palm. Reverse the warrior. Stay deep in the legs. Keep the feet pulling towards one another. Breathe into the side waist here. Keep the core engaged. Inhale. Exhale, cartwheel the hands. Step back. Choose a vinyasa or choose to move to dog pose. Very New York. Came out. Dog pose. Here we are. We all land in dog. Left leg lifts. Inhale. Exhale. Step it through. Back heel swivels. Heel to arch alignment. Block. Elbow to knee. Or left hand to left ankle. Right hand onto the right hip. Belly to spine. Notice the space from your left hip to your left armpit. Is it crunching? If it's crunching, maybe lift up a little higher. Pull that left hip back. Think like you could press it towards the right heel so that you have enough space on both sides of the waist. And then maybe the top arm floats up. So much core engagement. Feel the connection of knee and elbow on the left side if the hand is down. Strong back leg, strong front leg. They're pulling towards one another. How can this pose be peaceful? How can this pose reveal what it was that you came to this practice for? Gaze down at the front foot. Lift up. And then lower the arms, straighten the front leg. Exhale with the tongue out for a moment. Hands to hips. Hips are equidistant from the earth. That's where we start. Begin to bend into that front knee. It tracks over second and third toe. Knee lands over heel. Back leg is so engaged. Press your own quadricep. Press your own hamstring. How's that feel? Arms extend out. Feet pull towards one another. Pelvic floor engages. toes soften. Katie, stack your ribs over your hips more. Yes. Flip the front palm. Reverse. Stay deep in the legs. Get lots of space through the side waist. Imagine the feet pulling towards one another still. Woo. Breathe in. Exhale, hands to the earth. Step back, vinyasa or dog. Being intelligent about when to sprinkle the vinyasas through the practice. It's all about listening to your own bodies. Knees to the earth. Take child's pose. Stretch the torso long. Try and reach the fingers even longer than the last child's pose you were in. As the hips sink back, the ribs surrender towards the earth between the thighs. Can you allow yourself to fully surrender in this pose? You could even surrender breath control for a little bit here. Deep sighs out the mouth. I find some audible releases to be really quite useful all day long. All day long. Andrew will hear me giving a deep sigh in the other room. He's like, you okay? Yep, just releasing. Let's come up, tabletop to down dog. Let's build a sequence. Let's build some flow. Build some heat. Inhale high onto the toes. Oh wait, let's not forget this part. Step the left foot between the hands. Right in the center of the front of the mat. Step the right foot so that it lines up with the outer edge of the left foot, crossing the shins. Right leg is straight. You're really putting most of the weight into that right foot, so you hug the hips towards one another. Let the head hang. The left knee is bent. Belly to spine. Fingertips can be forward, or perhaps you play with a little bit of balance and interlace hands behind the head. Release the hands to the earth. Step the right foot outside of the left, or back to normal, not outside. Heart lifts, inhale. Exhale, fold in. Bend the hips down towards the earth, bend the knees deeply, press into the feet, sweep the arms up. Hands to heart. Sweep the arms up, soft bend in the knees, fold forward. Sink the hips, press into the feet, sweep the arms. Hands to heart center. Sweep the arms up. This time we're going into chair pose. Root down into the heels, pull them away from one another. Scoop the elbows, get the collarbone wide. Grab a hold of either elbow over the head and wiggle out of the waist a little bit. Try and sink the hips an inch more. Toes are soft towards the earth. Heels pulling away from one another. Release the arms. Fold over bent knees. Straighten the legs. Heart lifts, inhale. Plant the hands. Step back to down dog. On the next inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step it through. Swivel the back heel down. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reach forward, Parsvarkonasana, elbow to knee. Press into the feet, pull them towards one another, up and back. Reverse warrior. Once more through Parsvarkonasana, swing it forward. Once more through reverse warrior, swing it back. Little dance here. Arms up and over. Step back, vinyasa or dog. Going straight to dog allows you more time to pause and breathe. Left leg lifts. Step the foot through. Back heel down. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, Parsvakonasana. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, Parsvakonasana. Reverse, inhale. Like a piece of seaweed, exhale. Hands up and over. Step back, move through. Or one of those blow-up guys at the car wash or car dealership. That's what we're going for. Breathe here in dog. 3 rounds of breath. We're coming towards our cool down. We just do one more side each. Stay with the breath. Stay with the body through this next round. Right leg lifts. Step it through. Back heel down. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, Parsvakonasana. Inhale, reverse it. Exhale. Can it be a dance? Inhale, reverse. Exhale, arms up and over. One more side. Sweep the left leg up and back. Step it through. Inhale, warrior two. Reverse it. Nope, Parsvakonasana. Tricked you, tricked me. Reverse it. Parsvakonasana. And reverse. Arms up and over. Step back. Final vinyasa. Maybe you throw one extra one in. Step the right foot forward, center of the mat. Bring the left knee to the outer edge of the right foot. Walk the hands back. Sit the hips down. Now, if this doesn't feel great in this area, you can extend the left leg forward. Like if the sit bones aren't able to be on the mat, with both knees bent, then you can extend the left leg. Take the right hand behind you. Roll that shoulder open. Sweep the left arm up, and then twist the ribs. Elbow to knee, or you can hold with your left hand. You can hold the right thigh. Can you begin to take the gaze towards the back of the mat? Watching that shoulder, the right shoulder, roll open. One more breath in. Exhale, unwind. Do a counter twist. Bring the hands to the left. Dip the chest. Come up through center. Now continuing this kind of movement, we're moving towards a hip opener. I'll face you so you can really see me. I'm gonna stack my knees. So you walk that right foot out to the right more. Yours may not look like this, that's okay. Yours might be up here, that's okay. You probably feel it in your hips. It's not about how it looks. So grab onto your feet like you got handlebars. I like to take my 2-piece fingers around my big toes. And this might be plenty. You might shift a bit from side to side. You might do some circles. Or you might fold over the knees. Hooking the chin over the top knee. to come up. Walk the feet closer towards one another. This is going to take some core, and I don't have the best way to explain how to do it, but we're going to stand up onto our feet. So you can bring your hands forward and press into the feet. And then walk them a little closer towards one another. Come high onto the toes. Walk your hands to the left. Swivel, swivel, swivel. All the way around back. And then keep going. You're going 360 degrees. So now the left shin is in front of the right. And you're just going to drop the right knee to the outside of the left foot. And come down onto your tush. Magic. So the right leg might be extended in front of you, or it can be bent here. Take the left hand behind you. Roll the shoulder open before you even twist the chest. Sweep the right arm up. And then take the twist on the exhale. You might hook elbow outside of the left thigh, or you could hold with the forearm on that leg. Wherever you are, you're thinking length every inhale, from sit bones pressing to the earth to crown of the head reaching to the sky. Shoulder on the left side, the head of the shoulder rolling back, and maybe the gaze turns towards the direction of the left shoulder. Let it feel like the lower half of the body is moving towards the right as the upper half is moving towards the left. That's what that connection between the right and left arm and thigh. Inhale and exhale, unwind. All right, Gomukhasana on this side of the legs. You can walk the left foot over to the right more. You're trying to get the feet wider than the hips. Yeah, it might be like this. That's okay. I'm sure you're feeling it. Hands onto feet. Heart lifts, rock side to side. Even if it's like an imperceptible movement that only you can notice and feel, that's all we're needing. That's all we're looking for, is tuning into your own body. Maybe there's a folding action. Hands can come in front of you. Head can hang. Maybe the chin hooks over the knee. Come up. If you folded, we're just going to extend our legs in front of us. Shake them out. Windshield wipe. We have one last little bit of strengthening in our hamstrings. Well, that's not true. We have a few more little bits of that. Come to a forward fold at the top of the mat. Step the right foot back. Lower the knee to the earth. A block here is so useful. So you might have a block to the inside of the left foot. Hands could be on a block. You can start by just letting the hips sink so that you can feel yourself in this stretch. And then bring some containment into it by pressing into the front heel, engaging the low belly. And then bend the back knee. So this is why that block might be really useful here. Touch the back heel. So if you have to come up higher, you could even have hand on the left thigh. But the twist, and then touch the back heel as that knee bends. And you're just touching, you're not pulling it towards you. Now, imagine you could press the foot away, but then the foot rebounds into the hand. So you should be feeling that. The foot is pressing towards the tush as the hand presses and resists the foot away. And then release that hand to the earth. You could lift the back knee, stretch that calf and hamstring out, and then rebound off that foot, step it forward. Ooh, a forward fold feels good here, go for it. Step the left foot back, lower the knee, walk the hands to the inside of the right foot. Let the hips sink for a moment, little movement. And then containment, press into the front heel, zip belly to spine. Hands can be on the earth, on a block, or you might lift the torso more and take the left hand onto the right knee for balance. Bend to the back knee. Right hand to left heel. Press the heel towards the tush, press the foot away from you. Hello, hamstring. We don't do a ton of hamstring strengthening in yoga, not many poses. Give it to us, unless we are really intentional with how we hold the pose. And so that's why there's something called yoga butt, which is a weakness in the hamstrings, which yours truly has, which is why we're doing all of this. Release. Curl the back toes, straighten the leg, give a little pulse, stretch that calf. Step forward. Whoo! Soft knees, grab a hold of either elbow. Let the torso hang, get some connection between the torso and the thighs. Maybe the sit bones could lift towards the sky. Gentle sway. Hands to the earth, sink the hips towards the earth, come onto your tush. Legs extend in front of you. Shake them out. Windshield wipe. Move flesh from the sit bones. Knees can be bent here. They might be bent very generously. It's all about hamstrings. Float the arms, inhale, wiggle out the waist, get long. Exhale, fold. Let the hands land wherever they land. We don't want to jam, we don't want to force. Our body is always giving us messages. This practice is about paying attention to those messages. Paying attention on our mat so we can take it with us, and pay attention off our mats. Press the heels to the earth. Roll up. Scoot hips towards heels. Lower onto your back. If you have a block here, supported bridge probably would feel really nice. Feet are hips distance. Press into the heels. Lift the hips. Roll the shoulders under the body. Maybe interlace the fingers under the tush, or hold the edges of the mat. Feel the inner thighs rolling towards the earth. If you're on your block, stay there. If you don't have a block, just lower the hips down. Take a moment. And one more, press into the heels, lift the hips. Imagine you could pull the heels back towards the top of the head. Notice if it's activating the glutes, and soften the glutes so it's more hamstrings. This is the last little bit of hamstring activity. Stay with it. Stay with the body. And if you're on your block, lift the hips, move the block aside, and we'll all lower down. Take the feet wide, knock the knees in. knees from side to side. And then hug the knees in. Press the tailbone to the earth, rock side to side, draw circles like we did in the beginning. Knees hug in. Happy baby. You could hold behind the hamstrings, especially if there's a lot of tightness in the legs. You can just hold behind the hamstrings and try to get the soles of the feet parallel to the ceiling. You might hold the fronts of the shins, or maybe there's some flexibility to get the outer edges of the feet. But if you reach for the feet and the tailbone is popping up towards the sky, probably try backing off a little bit. Try shins, try hamstrings. And all of us are working the knees towards the armpits. So they kind of hug in. And now maybe a rocking from side to side. Extend one leg at a time. Come through center. Bring the feet together. Extend the legs up towards the sky. You can hold the hamstrings. And you could do a little gentle sway side to side, maybe circles, both directions. Pause down center, reach up through the heels, hug the knees in, and extend the legs out. Let the body land, finding whatever positioning for your shavasana that feels useful for you today. Eyes gently close. And you've moved through your asana practice, the physical poses, to get to this pose, shavasana, corpse pose. Reminding us of the fragility of life. The deep surrender. Let the body melt into the earth. And as each thought comes, let it go. You can do all your planning or figuring out another time. Notice your breath again. Notice your living body. The sensation that it is to be alive. All of the humaning that goes on in our life. The admin. But what's beyond all of that? What's the magic? The beauty, the excitement, the sorrow. It's also part of our human experience. Feeling yourself back in your body with the deeper breath, begin to move the fingers, pointing and flexing the feet, wiggling the toes. Sweeping the arms up and overhead, stretching the body long. And as you gather the knees towards the chest, giving yourself a squeeze, this is the reminder of gratitude for this body, for this life. And however you like, making your way into a comfortable seat, any seat at all. One that you're happy to be in. Whatever the expression of the body. Palms come together in front of the heart, sealing the practice. Taking with you that intention that you set of why did I come to my practice today? Using this practice to help you bring it off the mat. Inhale, gentle lift of the heart, rolling shoulder blades back. Exhale, the chin comes towards the chest as the head bows. Acknowledge yourself for your practice. Thank yourself. Thank the practice. Shanti, peace.